Back here with Happy Chappy, and good morning. Uh, this is how jealousy comes from love, and a way of seeing it in that way. So, jealousy, not a trait that we would say was positive. Uh, to either party, yet it comes from a deeper place of love, the want for something, as someone only gets jealous because they want something another person has, or how the other person's being to what they have, in the sense of how they're feeling in their perception of that person's actions and how they feel them through the way they live their life and what they have. Yet, it's only a perception that they've picked up to create that jealousy. Not looking where it's coming from, not looking at the love it comes from. As the jealousy, they may dislike the person, but like how they are, to want to be like that person so they can feel like that person. So what you'll see is a contradiction within itself, is that they actually like the person, but they become jealous, that they tell themselves that they dislike the person because they have something that they want. Yet they will never admit that they want that, because then that would be admitting that they like the person, which would make them a contradiction of themselves. And they don't want that. No one would want that. But yet life is a contradiction when you look at body and soul. So when you look back and you look in what love is, love comes from the soul, as we like to think of the heart, in how it sends out them emotions and feelings. So when we get jealous, it's because we want for something, something that that person has. There's a sense of love there. But why are we doing that? Why are we looking at someone else and what, excuse me, what they have in a want for ourselves? Because there's something missing within ourselves. And from my personal experience, it's love. It's always love. Since since we are born, we get that love, them 9 months within the womb. As soon as we are born, that separation happens, and we have to defend for ourselves. And what we had for them 9 months of love from our mum, the feeding, the vibration of the beating of her heart, vibrating to us for us to grow and expand in who we are, so we could come into this world and have our own beating heart. Yet we get separated from that. And as a young age, we long for that again. we don't know how to get it. So when we want something as a baby, whether it be food, the nappy changed, any wants, it begins to cry, and the mum will come and comfort it. So the baby takes on that feeling and sense of awareness. If it cries, the mum will come and comfort it again, and it could feel that love. Yet as you get older and older, to cry, it becomes more shameful, uh, sinful in physical, especially for men, I believe, emotions. If you cry, you're looked at as weak. It was always something I seen. Uh, if you cry, you're looked at as if you're weak. So you try not to cry. You try to avoid it. But it's a natural feeling for the body. And from a young age, it was probably one of the first feelings for that attention that you learned to cry. So you could get that attention. So as you get older and you hide them feelings so the tears don't come, so you don't feel that you look weak to someone, you start retracking that, taking it on another path. So instead of crying out for that love, you try to manipulate things to go in your favor, to capture that love from things outside of you or people outside of you. And we forget about where we actually came from. Instead, we look at the separation and we carry on with that separation as if we're separated from that love through life, trying to grasp it from outside of us. Excuse me. So if we take ourselves back to when we could feel our mother's heartbeat, and them 9 months, and we see that place of peace, harmony. We had everything. Came out as pure light, lit up the room, lit up people's faces. But in that moment of change and separation into the unknown, brought the shock, brought the fear, brought the darkness into your knowing, and made you forget about the love. But yet was trapped inside you, that longing, that your soul would let you know when you were in need. And so you would learn to cry to get that attention, to feel that love from your mother. So looking at the pattern of the heart that created all that in the vibration the mother sent to the child, it creating a heart within you. Now, Instead of looking out, if we can turn ourselves in and can cocoon ourselves in who we are, as the body is the cocoon, smothering and covering that soul in protection. Only we forget to use our mind, as we like to think in here, so we lose is here. We like to use the mind to be the opposite force. We forget. So if we take focus with the mind and place it on the heart, in what the heart is doing. And first off, let's just say your heart stops right now. That's it. All's gone. All of you is gone. As you know of yourself is gone. Now, you think you have a beating heart that loves you, but your mind tells you different. It doesn't focus on that. So now please focus on your heart loves you, that it keeps you breathing and operating in who you are, in all that you do. And you create thought to fight against that, in the sense that you are unloved. Well, you are loved, as the beating of your heart tells you that. And if you look at it, God brought you here. If you were not loved, God would not have brought you here. You would not be living the life that you live. No matter what way your life is or where you're at, you're here for a reason. And you're here to learn who you are. And to refine yourself, refine that love that's within you. It's in that beating of your heart. And what you'll find is you don't make your heart beat. You don't control the operations of the healing and the nourishment of what's in. God does. Yet you live it, and you fight against it, and you battle against it in all ways of the mind. And then you create ways with the body from the mind to come up against it, instead of nourishing it with love back, accepting it, that you are loved. And that's why your heart beats for you. That's why God gave you life. That's why God brought you here, so you could have that physical experience on the earth as that soul within body, to nourish it and protect it. But yet, is that what we do? Do we nourish it? Do we protect it? Only you'll know how you treat yourself. This is Happy Chopper. Love. Peace.